I think we met on a soccer field because in the old days I used to play a lot of soccer, and when I was in the band Deep Purple, and we were playing this charity match against this Long Island radio station, and Candy was working at the station. I actually brought down my professional team. They're almost professional. It was a team that I played on now and again in Connecticut, and I just pretended they were all rock and rollers that were musicians. None of them were musicians, you know. And it was supposedly it was musicians against DJs, but really what it was poor old DJs against a professional soccer team. So.
And our DJs were not the most athletic of people.
And I think we won 15-0 or 15-1. Then I saw her in the audience when we were playing soccer, and I got to meet her and to know her, and that's basically how we met, isn't it? In a nutshell.
Yeah, that's the quick version.
Yes.
So after the game, I went over to him and I asked him for an autograph, and he actually sent a roadie through the crowd to find out who I was and to make sure that I met him afterwards at a bar, and we wound up...
Bar? Was I drinking back in those days?
Never. I think I drove you to drink, didn't I?
I don't think it was me if I was drinking.
Your evil twin. But afterwards, we went to this bar and we wound up talking all night long until, oh my gosh, what was it, like 9 o'clock the next morning?
Until her parents came to pick her up.
Oh, so embarrassing.
Tell them that side of the story.
True. This is the long story. See? This is what happened.
You have to remember, she was 11 when we met. I think I was 69 or something like that.
So we went back to the hotel because the girl who was driving me really liked the guy who was driving Richie. That's what happened. So she was so excited that his driver asked us to go back to the hotel, and his driver pulled up with Richie in the car. Richie got out of the car. My girlfriend, this girl, we pulled up. She got out of the car, couldn't wait to go upstairs with his driver. I got out of the car, Richie got out of the car. His driver got back in his car and said, "Okay, everybody, see you later," and took off. So the girl I was with said, "I can't believe he just did that to me," and she got in the car and then she left, and now I'm stuck in the middle of nowhere with him, who I don't know, 18 years old, thinking somebody's gonna read about me in the paper tomorrow that my body's been found in this Howard Johnson's hotel. I don't know, it was very frightening for me. So we were kind of stuck. We went up to his room and I sat on the edge of his bed with my jacket buttoned up to here and my hands shoved in my pockets, and I didn't move for hours because I was so frightened, right? And what happened?
Nothing.
And of course, the second we walked into the room, Richie said, "I'll be right back, I'm going to the bathroom." He went to the bathroom and he came out in these little red Speedos, which made me not take my jacket off even more.
Yeah.
He came out in red, yes.
And I jumped into bed and said, "Hey, I'm going to sleep," right?
That's true, he did. And I sat there and I called my mom and had her pick me up. Very romantic, don't you think? But something must have been right because, that was 14 years ago, wasn't it? A long time ago.
And we became friends after that for a long time before we went out with each other.
It was good in a way because it was a very slow build-up of the friendship, which is such an important foundation, building block, before you move on to anything else. And we just realized, I think, that we had so much in common on so many different levels. It wasn't just soccer. Or music. It was spiritual and supernatural and humor and pretty much every level. And we were able to really, talk about philosophy, everything, from that to all the way from here to here. We had so much to talk to in conversation, and just hours and hours. It was hard to stop talking, and because we bonded and connected so quickly. And then when I was 21, I went to a party at his house in Connecticut.
And you
never came home. And that was it.